What's going on YouTube and Rumble? I will put this on both platforms. Today is January 1st, 2026. Hey, I didn't screw up that date. Thought I might. 3:41 AM Pacific Standard Time at the filming of this video. Happy New Year. Buckle in, buckle up, strap in. Here's my case for why you should buy silver. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Do your own research, form your own opinions. They have nothing to do with me. You are a big boy or girl. You make your own decisions. Here's my take. Markets are closed. However, I guess for those of you who insist on watching prices all the time, I will appease. Gold 43.1950 down 1991. Silver 71.64 down 468. Platinum 20.80 flat down 109.65. Palladium 164 flat down 215. GSR gold to silver ratio 60.29. We are back above the 60 for those of you who care. Here's my case for buying silver. I have a lot of cases for buying silver. Number one, this time last year, silver was about $29 an ounce. Let that sink in. And you know, let's be honest, most of the year, it traded flat overall. Yeah, there were ups and downs, but it didn't really get exciting until the end of the year. And it's what, 71.64 according to CMI right now? Well, I'm no mathematician, but 29.30 to 71 is more than 100% gain. That's pretty good, ain't it? Yeah, that's pretty good. Number one, and you can look at this as pro-Trump, negative Trump. It doesn't really matter. It did benefit those of us who held silver. Part of why, there were many reasons, but part of why the initial surge happened, and this is a small part, was the tariffs. Originally, silver was not tariff-free. Gold and platinum were. So I think that drove a lot of people to the market saying, oh man, I better stack some silver before the tariffs go up. Fast forward to now, they are off, the tariff list. They are, a rare earth critical mineral in the eyes of America, because I think America said, oh shit, we still need silver. We better rethink this. So I would expect that to bring the price down, but wait, starting today, China is tightening up their exports of silver. Okay, they are a major producer, a major exporter, a major refiner of silver. And China's saying, whoa, calm down. We need more silver for our EV and our electronics, and we need more silver probably to put in their bank vaults. I mean, come on. A lot of central banks in other countries are openly saying, hey, we're putting silver in there. JP Morgan's been doing it for years. So I think because China's move to really tighten up the exports of silver, and that's going to put a dent in the market, folks, as far as availability goes. I think that's going to make the silver being off the tariff list, I think that's going to be a net zero as far as that's concerned. And I think it's going to make the price of silver go up, because I think it's really going to affect the availability here for those of us in the U.S. Thankfully, cheers, the number one exporter of silver, Mexico, is still alive and well with that industry. That could change. And even if it doesn't, if China really does this and tightens up their belts with exports, that's going to put a huge dent in the market. I've never been a silver pumper. I've never been a gold pumper. I've never been a metal pumper. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in pumping. I believe in stacking. I believe in accruing. I believe in building wealth. In fact, I'm sitting here right now. I have, let me think. I think I have just under 8 ounces on the way still. I know I have at least 5. And I really want to pull the trigger on another order. Just because I think it's a really good time to accrue. I'm really in the acquisition phase. And if y'all know me, you know that I love silver. I like gold because of what it does for me. I like platinum quite a bit. But I love silver. And sometimes I tend to, what's the right way to put this? Crack out on silver and put myself in a situation where it's like, well, I can probably afford to spend some money on silver right now. Probably shouldn't, but I could probably get away with it. And it's worked out pretty good for the most part. And I'm fighting that demon right now. The more I look at my stack, the bigger it gets, the more it grows, the smaller it feels. The more the value of my metal grows, monetarily, if that's how you want to look at it, the less like I feel I have. It's a very odd thing. I've said this before. I take my own personal financial goalpost and I keep moving it further away. Some people call silver unobtainium. My goal of silver stacking is unobtainium and gold and platinum. Silver is my love, though. And I hear I hear people, and I've talked about this before too. What's your silver stacking goal? Well, it's money. There is no goal other than more today than I had tomorrow, or more today than I had yesterday, and more tomorrow than I have today. I've never ever understood that question. But again, some people are just stackers by nature. Some people just love metal, and I'm one of those people. So to me, the case for stacking silver, I can look at it one of two ways. When it goes down, I can buy the dips. When it's trending upward, I can say, I think it's going to keep going up. I can always justify buying metal in my mind. And I know how that sounds. And I know how this sounds. That has served me well. And it doesn't mean I'm right every day of the week, but it means after every 3, 4, 5 months, whatever it is, a year, I end up eventually being right about that, with that mentality. I've never gotten poor by buying metal. I've never gotten poor converting my cash into money, into sound money. It's never hurt me. And I think with all the margin calls coming due from the people who are leveraged, I think the exports being tightened up, I think people waking up, which this should have happened so long ago, and it still should be a whole lot further along. And it needs to be talked about. But I think with more people waking up to the reality of silver being money, and silver being less and less negatively volatile, and silver being potentially less and less attainable, you'll always be able to get it, I think. Baby dot, what you want, when you want. Sometimes I have to buy bullion that I don't really want, because that's what's available for the right premium. But I still want it because it's bullion. But I think you'll always, unless things go really bad, be able to get it. It's just a matter of liquidity as far as, buying availability. How liquid are the dealers with their stockpiles? That goes up and down. There's buying frenzies and there's selling frenzies. And like any market, it ebbs and flows. But I think right now, and again, not financial advice, do your own research. I don't think it's at the top, but I think it's a really good time to either get into it, or if you're already into it, don't leverage yourself, don't overdo it. But I think it's a good time to add to the stack. And I think it's a good time to start the stack. Sure, you should have started the stack a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it is. But, if you were sitting here a year ago, and this is true for the people with gold, who 18 months ago at $2,200 an ounce, when I said add some gold, oh, it's too expensive. What are they saying now? What are they saying now? Okay, if you were one of those people a year ago, or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was, saying, silver's too expensive, I'm going to wait. What are you saying now? And I believe in a year, 2 year, 3 years time, whatever it ends up being, if you were waiting today and didn't do it, you're going to be sitting there in that time frame saying, oh, what are you going to be saying now? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, drop a comment so I know you're here. Show some love on Rumble. Hit the follow button over there. Have a happy and safe New Year. Keep your head on a swivel, pay attention, and whatever you do, keep stacking.